who dedicate their lives to public service.
Is he tearing up? No.
Being the best husband I can
No!
to my fantastic wife, Vic, who has been a rock by my side.
This guy's a What the This guy sucks, bro! Alright, how we doing? Hi, if you're coming from TikTok. My camera is going to be auto-focusing a lot throughout this because it's Starmer just resigned, and I did a TikTok on it, but we're going to actually watch the resignation because I think it's going to be really interesting. Alright, what you got for me? Man, he looks broken.
Thank you.
Really, Sky, this is the best audio you can do?
Walking up this street 2 years ago was the proudest moment of my life. A new Labour government.
So it's worth
14 years.
It's worth mentioning here, Labour didn't so much win as the Tories lost, if that makes sense, right? Like, you'll often hear Starmer talking about his big landslide victory, when in actual case, just Tory turnout was really low. Understandably so as well, man. The Tories absolutely fucked this country beyond repair. It's worth mentioning as well, Starmer obviously isn't any different. I mean, like, even before he rose to power, people were calling him like a red Tory and stuff. In a lot of ways, he's actually worse than that though, because this guy pretends to be somewhat progressive, right? Like, he'll go to the Pride March and hold up a trans flag or whatever, and then in the same year, he'll like gut trans rights completely.
After years of disappointment and despair.
Wait,
the chance
is
to
that
change
someone
the
else
lives
playing the
of
national anthem in the
millions of
background,
people
or is
for the
that his
better.
press team?
That's what I came into politics for. The journey to that point was not easy. 6 years ago,
Yeah, it's
I
backstab
inherited a
Corbyn.
Labour Party that was politically, financially,
Oh, okay.
and morally
Okay, look,
bankrupt.
okay. I have my own issues with Corbyn. All right, I've got my own issues with Corbyn. But to call him politically and morally bankrupt, same guy who continued to supply arms to Israel, by the way, knowing full well what they were doing, morally bankrupt. Okay, Corbyn is morally bankrupt, but murdering Palestinian children is absolutely fine, apparently.
I was told time and time again that my party was finished.
It is
That we were
now.
consigned to history.
You are now.
That a majority at the general election, let alone a landslide majority, was impossible. But we proved those people wrong because we changed
Come on,
our
man.
party, ripping out the poison of anti-Semitism.
Ooh, okay. Ooh. So it seems Keir didn't learn from last time that using extremely strong language like that tends to land him in more hot water than it does anyone else. The blow is softened a little bit here by him saying the poison of anti-Semitism, right? But if you're calling something a poison, you better make damn sure it's a real bad thing. Which anti-Semitism is, by the way. But when Starmer says the poison of anti-Semitism, what he means is I purged the left. I purged Jeremy Corbyn. I purged anyone who thinks Palestinians shouldn't be murdered for no reason. What he's talking about here isn't actually anti-Semitism, because grouping in Israelis as like a homogenous block with Jews as a homogenous block is anti-Semitic as fuck. Like, you ask like 90% of Jewish people that do not live in Israel and don't have citizenship in Israel what they think to Israel, a lot of the time you're getting some rough looks. A lot of Jewish people do not like Israel and what they're doing. Yeah, this is just like a dog whistle. It's just a dog whistle.
Restoring trust on the economy, defence and national security. And becoming a party that once again stood proudly with, not against, our national flag.
Yeah, so what he means there is he ripped off Powell's River of Blood speech, and that's him defending it. That's him getting a little snide remark on the way out. Usually when you resign, it's a moment to, you know, say like, thank you so much, this job was great. Starmer here, as on brand as ever, is using it as an opportunity to take political shots at dissidents, which, again, very on brand.
The hard work of change was with a singular purpose, not power for power's sake, but to change Britain for the better, to build a fairer country with dignity and respect.
Everyone hates us, bro. Everyone hated us long before Starmer came into power, but especially now. We're a tiny island with terrible workers' rights, terrible pretty much everything else. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, I can't find it, but there's like an LGBTQ rights map at the minute which shows that we're like closer to places like Russia than we are to Spain, which is really, really bad.
Where everyone is seen, everyone is valued, wealth and opportunity for all, not just the privileged few.
Okay, sure. So that's why we're still doing neoliberalism, huh? That's why we're still doing this? That's why we're still doing like trickle-down bullshit economics? Is to enrich the many, not the few? Sure thing. The thing to remember here is it's a big club and you're not in it, right?
And look at what we've achieved in just 2 years.
What?
Infrastructure being built. An end to austerity. With the fastest fall in NHS wait.
Bro, your manifesto was built on what are we talking about here? Just remember, this is the furthest right government we've had in the UK in my lifetime. This piece of shit, this seditious, traitorous piece of shit is way further right than the Tories were. An end to austerity. Fucking kill me. What the fuck?
The biggest uplift in defence spending since the Cold War.
Does that defence spending include sending billions upon billions to Israel and letting them use our spy jets by any chance?
Asylum hotels closing.
Okay, wait, didn't someone look into this? Aren't there like no asylum hotels? There's like 4 of them or something. Again, man, even on his way out, he's just pandering to the right. He's setting the stage for Burnham to move to the right. Obviously, like we all know Burnham's gonna move to the right. It's the natural ebb and flow that is neoliberalism, of course.
Protecting young people from social media and 500,000 children being lifted out of poverty because of the choices that I made.
Sure.
Our reputation in the world restored, with Britain once again
Everyone hates us!
Standing up, change delivered by a Labour government.
This is so funny with the song in the background.
The question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power and to begin the vital work of improving lives for millions of people. Those questions have been answered.
Yeah, we know it's not you. And we can be pretty damn sure it's not going to be Burnham as well. It's, what was the meme? It's centrism with glasses from the north versus centrism with glasses from the south, right? Man, I hope he loses his seat. I really hope he loses his seat.
The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election.
Oh, you mean with that 16% approval rating, Rodney?
I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question.
They hate him! They hate him!
And I accept that answer with good grace. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision.
Wait.
I will ask the...
Babe, can you bring me a beer? I don't think she heard me.
With nominations opening on the 9th of July.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a Burnham coronation, right? I'm pretty sure we're all pretty confident on that.
In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September.
Does anyone else find it insane?
I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete.
That we have a recess?
And I will do everything I can
like a summer holiday for politicians.
To ensure an orderly handover of power. I will also give my successor my full and unequivocal support.
He means Burnham. We all know he means Burnham.
They will inherit a Britain that is far stronger and fairer than the one I inherited 2 years ago, and better able to ensure the Labour Party secures a second term in office.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Burnham has even mentioned that he wants to call a general election, right? If he becomes PM. I mean, part of me doesn't think that's the worst idea, but the part of me that thinks that is the accelerationist part of me. You know, I don't say that because I think Labour is going to win, which they're not. Of course they're not. Burnham's going to come in at like what is it, 30% approval rating, and he's either going to stay there or it's going to fall off a cliff, most likely, assuming he doesn't move to the left, which he won't.
I want to thank all of those friends and colleagues who have been at my side for these past 6 years or so, for their incredible commitment, service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service.
Is he tearing up?
And when I leave the biggest job in the country,
No.
I shall spend more time on the most important job.
No.
Being the best husband I can
No.
to my fantastic wife, Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times.
This guy's a pussy! What the fuck? What the fuck? You're crying? You do not have the balls to be in politics, you fucking... Oh, I can't say the word I want to say on YouTube, I don't think.
And being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy.
Hey, Keir. I know you mentioned about how, I sacrificed my teens, their prime years, their teenage years, so I could pursue trying to fix Britain. Do you know what other kids sacrificed their teenagers' years? Those hundreds of thousands killed in Gaza. What a piece of fucking shit. Oh my God. What a scumbag! This guy sucks, bro! What the fuck? Man, I can't believe that. He tears up on the way out. Never shed a tear. Never shed a fucking tear for the Palestinians murdered. Never shed a tear for the trans people killed under Wes Streeting's barbaric shit. Like, no, but my poor rich little white children. Go fuck yourself. Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Fuck this guy. Fuck. Is he gonna kiss his wife? Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. This is off topic, but this is not the blouse you want to be wearing right now. I know it looks quite breezy and thin. It's not. You can see here on the cuffs, this is quite thick. It was a really hot day today, man. It hit like 31 degrees, maybe even higher in London. It's not what you want to be wearing. Then again, he's in a probably what looks like a 10,000 pound suit, so. Well, I guess that's that, folks. God, this guy sucks. What a piece of shit. All right, so I guess now the question we need to be asking ourselves is, where the hell do we go from here? And what does this actually, accomplish for us on the left, right? I made a TikTok a little while back where I said that if Starmer was to resign back then, it wouldn't actually do that much good for us, in the sense that he would be replaced with another, neoliberal do-nothing, or, God forbid, even further right jackass. At the time, it could have been, Wes Streeting, it could have been Rayner, it could have been a whole, bunch of them. Yvette Cooper would have been really bad, still would be really bad. Wes Streeting would also be pretty awful, but I don't think we have to worry about that. We didn't back then, we don't now. And I do think this doesn't help us a huge amount still. You gotta remember, Starmer is gonna be most likely replaced with Burnham. It's gonna be a coronation, right? Most likely. And when that happens, a lot of really lazy liberals are gonna get the impression that, it's all fixed now because Starmer's out, and it's fine because Andy Burnham's more left-leaning. He's not. He is also a neoliberal capitalist. He's a scumbag as well. If you want to see evidence of this, by the way, there's so much on my TikTok and stuff you can go and check out, but he's mentioned about having Trump-style detention centers for immigrants. He has mentioned some pretty scuffed things about trans rights. He brings up stuff like proportional representation and potentially rejoining the EU on the campaign trail. Now that he is actually an MP, he has flip-flopped back on both of those things and said, actually, no, I don't really have any plans to move us back into the EU, and no, I won't support proportional representation. Maybe I'll do SV, it depends. Which, if you'll remember, is exactly what Starmer did, right? He claimed to be this bastion of trans rights. We all knew he wasn't. We all knew he wasn't going to move left, but he paraded around Brianna Gay's mum all around Parliament in the weeks leading up to the general election, and then almost immediately after his government came into power, flip-flopped on trans rights, and now it's worse than it was 10 years ago, you know? A lot of people like to be like, okay, well, that's the Supreme Court ruling, blah, 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 blah. He could have contested it if he wanted to. He could have made an effort to push for trans rights, and he chose not to. It's really that simple. You have to remember this isn't, this is a real person with convictions, right, and beliefs. Maybe not so much with Starmer. He kind of just believes whatever enriches the top 1% a little bit more while pretending to be progressive. But like, you'd like to think that if a politician has convictions and beliefs, they're going to stand up for them and fight for them, right? Keir Starmer has a similar issue to Kamala Harris, right? Not even to mention the Gaza of it all. No, but that is another thing they have in common. But the real kind of commonality here, the thing that makes them essentially the same politician, kind of lies on the fact that neither of them actually really believe in anything. They will just say whatever they can to get elected, and in doing so, they can continue to financialize and they can continue to put in place. It doesn't always have to be as brazen as like hardcore austerity policies. Anything that continues financialization, anything that continues this like neoliberal privatized shit, you know, like anything like that. We've also got to watch out for, and again, this might be Burnham that does this, but someone who is socially progressive but then economically regressive. I can see Burnham going down that route. It's a very like identity politics neoliberal center-right centrist kind of position to take. I mean, Theresa May kind of did that, like, a little bit, where on like social issues you will be like quite progressive and quite forward-thinking, and you'll get the gay vote, you'll get the black vote, you might get the trans vote, but then economically you do things that end up completely fucking over those people, just as a matter of fact that it fucks over the poorer people, and minorities tend to fall into lower socioeconomical classes. Like, there's plenty of theory on this you can go and read. It is not like a hard leap. But yeah, like, I'm a little concerned. I think, like, unironically, maybe one of the best case scenarios is Andy Burnham calls a general election, Labour gets wiped out, and we end up having this weird, like, hung parliament thing, potentially. Another option is Reform get in and then crumble in 2 years, like, which they will do, by the way. Reform would absolutely not last 5 years in power. Anyone telling you they would is fucking delusional. If the neoliberals, the hardcore neoliberals, can't survive in this neoliberal system that is designed by and for them, Reform absolutely cannot. I mean, you need only look at their councillors, like, right, like on the locals. How many of them have resigned or been discredited and been forced to quit, right? I don't know, it's still spooky stuff. But again, the accelerationist part of me is like, well, we could get those really terrible 2 years out the way and then, go from there. If Labour win another general election, it might genuinely just be over for the country. I mentioned this in a TikTok as well, but people, when that happens, and when this kind of like centrist, vaguely centre-right, but maybe it seems like it's a little bit socially progressive party kind of gets in and they have really low approval ratings, it tends to tank any positive sentiment for progressive values and progressive beliefs. This happened with Biden, right? Biden was pretty awful on everything but Labour, but because the right are stupid, and they thought he was a fucking socialist, despite the fact he was literally like a venture capitalist or whatever the fuck you want to say. But again, they're stupid and they think he's radical left or whatever. They'd hate to see me. So then that means that they take anything even like vaguely progressive and they turn it into, okay, well, this didn't work in this government, or this didn't work with this president or this prime minister or this governing body, whatever. So we'll just have to go in the complete opposite direction and do fascism. Which, right, that's how you got a second Trump term. It's really scary. It's really, really spooky. If Labour win another general election, which they're not going to, but that would be the worst case scenario, because it would just murder any progressive policy moving forward for the next at least 10 years. Anyway, that does it from me. Just a short one. You guys said you wanted some more long form stuff, so here's me doing long form. I've probably been out of focus this whole video. It's been a really long time since I shot a YouTube video. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.